Fans of Emmerdale are certain that the story involving Dr. Todd is far from over, despite her departure from the village after the attack on Charity. The character first arrived earlier this year, immediately making an impact through her treatment of trainee Dr. Jacob. She repeatedly undermined him, overloaded him with tasks, and found fault with everything he did. As the pressure mounted, Jacob eventually decided to report her behavior to Human Resources. Although she chose to step away from her medical career and retire early, her influence over Jacob continued after she settled in the village. Before long, her attention shifted toward Charity. She revealed that she knew the truth about baby Layla's parentage, creating further tension between them. Their conflict only intensified when she discovered Charity's financial stake in the Woolpack and began demanding money from her. In a recent episode, she kissed an intoxicated Charity, who immediately rejected the advance before falling asleep on the sofa, assuming her visitor was leaving. After noticing an empty wine bottle, Todd stood over her and mocked her condition, criticizing her for losing control. The disturbing incident followed when Charity woke up and realized what was happening. Shocked and distressed, she pleaded for Todd to stop as she struggled to understand the situation. Police later arrived to question Todd while she was preparing to leave for Sheffield. During questioning, she denied any wrongdoing and insisted that everything had been consensual. With no immediate evidence available, detectives were forced to allow her to leave. When officers later asked Charity whether there was anything else that might assist the investigation, she chose not to mention the blackmail. As Todd departed the village to begin a new chapter elsewhere, Charity watched while friends gathered to say goodbye. Soon afterward, Mackenzie found her outside and tried to offer support, unaware of the burden she was carrying alone. Many viewers were furious that Todd appeared to escape without facing any consequences. However, some fans believe her storyline is not finished yet. One viewer pointed to a recent scene showing Charity thoughtfully looking at the St. Christopher necklace Cain had given her in the past. He had previously told her that if she ever returned it, he would know she needed his help. Fans now suspect that moment could become important in the episodes ahead. Emmerdale fans may have just spotted a major clue that Kim Tate and Graham Foster could be heading for a reunion. Despite her wealth, influence, and reputation for being ruthless, Kim often struggles to hide her softer side when Graham is around. While she usually presents a tough exterior, her feelings become much more obvious whenever they interact. A few weeks ago, the pair finally agreed to put their long-running feud behind them after Graham admitted that he had been responsible for her hospitalization. Kim had originally believed she had accidentally taken too many painkillers, but Graham later confessed that he had switched her medication with stronger tablets containing double doses. With both of them having previously tried to harm each other, they eventually decided it was time to draw a line under their conflict and move forward. Recently, Graham has devoted much of his attention to helping Kyle after discovering that the youngster was behind the fires at Emmerdale Farm. Rather than reporting him to his parents, Graham chose to understand the reasons behind his behavior, realizing that Kyle's anger stemmed from the difficult challenges his family had faced throughout the year. Since then, Graham has become a source of support for the boy and even arranged for him to join the cadets. During a recent episode, he met Kyle at the cafe and presented him with a watch that had once belonged to him. Kyle was both grateful and surprised by the thoughtful gesture. Although Graham lives at home farm and is rarely short of company, there is a sense that he often feels isolated. Spending time with Kyle appears to give him a sense of purpose and connection. Speaking previously about the character, Andrew Scarborough explained that Graham has always carried regret over losing the chance to have a family of his own. He suggested that much of Graham's personality is shaped by that loss and by the emotional scars he continues to carry. The actor also revealed that Graham's strict style of dress reflects aspects of his personality and past experiences. According to him, the character owns numerous identical suits and uses routine and order as a way of coping with the difficulties he has endured. He went on to say that Graham is deeply drawn to family life, even if the Tate family is far from perfect. Being around them gives him a sense of belonging, and he often finds himself wanting to help others, especially those who are vulnerable. After spending the day with Kyle, Graham returned to home farm and briefly told Kim about what had happened. Kim immediately recognized the compassionate side of Graham that he often keeps hidden beneath his serious appearance. She jokingly promised not to reveal his softer nature to anyone else, before admitting that she actually found it rather attractive. Graham responded with a knowing smile as she walked away. With his relationship with Rona now firmly in the past, the exchange left many viewers wondering whether the show is laying the groundwork for Kim and Graham to rekindle their romance once again. Emmerdale has introduced a major new storyline that could soon spiral out of control after Kerry Pollard decided to hide a shocking scam involving Archie. The drama unfolded when Archie used artificial intelligence technology to imitate Steph's voice and trick Caleb into handing over thousands of pounds. The deception has now left Kerry caught in the middle of a situation that could have serious consequences for everyone involved. During the latest episode, Jai was away from the village, leaving Billy to lend a hand at work. Eager to impress, Billy managed to secure a new client, earning praise from Caleb, and leaving Kerry feeling somewhat ignored. Tensions rose further when Caleb criticized Kerry's commitment to the job after she explained that she needed to leave in order to collect Archie. Not long afterwards, Caleb received what appeared to be a phone call from Steph. The caller urgently requested financial assistance, claiming she needed money for a deposit on a flat in London. Believing the story, Caleb instructed Billy to transfer £5,000 from his account and specifically asked him to keep the transaction hidden from Ruby. Elsewhere, Ruby was chatting with Chas about family matters and mentioned that Steph was actually spending time in Thailand with a new boyfriend. She also revealed that Caleb was unaware of the trip because Steph didn't want him worrying about her. As Kerry returned to work, Archie was secretly listening to an AI-generated recording that perfectly replicated Steph's voice. After delivering an expensive computer that Archie had purchased using Caleb's stolen money, Kerry began to suspect something wasn't right. Her concerns grew when she accessed Archie's computer and discovered the artificial voice recordings. She also uncovered evidence linking him to another deception involving the school headteacher. Confronting Archie, Kerry demanded answers and soon learned the full truth. She discovered he had created a fake bank account using Steph's identity and used it to carry out the fraud. Archie attempted to justify his actions by claiming he had often heard Caleb speaking negatively about Jai. However, he admitted that most of the money had already been spent and there was no way he could repay it. Furious, Kerry initially insisted that she would reveal everything to Caleb, making it clear she refused to take responsibility for the theft. However, after Caleb once again belittled her at work, Kerry had a change of heart. Rather than exposing the scam, she chose to keep quiet and even suggested that Archie hold on to the money. In a dramatic twist, she demanded a share of the stolen cash for herself. She also warned Archie that if the truth came out, Jai could lose his job and Archie could face serious legal consequences. With Kerry now covering up the fraud instead of reporting it, the situation has become a ticking time bomb. The question is how long Archie can keep the secret hidden before everything comes crashing down. Emmerdale is broadcast on ITV1 every weekday evening at 8 p.m. and is also available to stream on ITVX.